You open your eyes to a world of light, not the warm light of a sun, but a cold, perfect clarity. You are inside something, a prison of flawless crystal. There are no walls in the traditional sense, just an endless, seamless prison of glass. Light refracts into a million silent rainbows. It is beautiful. It is terrifying. You try to remember how you got here. You find nothing. A smooth, wiped clean emptiness. Your name, gone. Your home, gone. Your past is a ghost. But a single powerful instinct remains. It is a fire in the pit of your stomach. A primal command that needs no memory. Escape. You press your hand against the surface. It is impossibly smooth, cold to the touch. You push. Nothing moves. You search for a crack, a seam, a lock. There is only perfection. You are a fly in amber, a specimen in a star-born jar. This realization does not bring despair. It brings anger. A hot, human anger that feels wonderfully familiar. You are a prisoner, and you will not go quietly. You scream, but no sound comes out. The crystal swallows the vibration. It dampens everything. Silence is the law in this place. The silence and the light. You look through the crystal walls into the space beyond. You see other cells, dozens of them, hundreds, each one a perfect crystal prison, and inside each, something else is trapped. Strange shapes and shadows, other beings from other worlds. You are part of a collection, a gallery of living things, and someone, something, is the collector, the curator. This thought chills you more than the cold surface. You are not just captured, you are being observed. The silence of the prison is a lie. You are not alone. You can feel them now. Minds, vast and ancient, brush against your own. They are the keepers of this crystalline zoo. Their thoughts are not like yours. They are not messy or emotional. They are constructs of pure, cold logic, like mountains of ice floating in a silent sea. They feel ancient, unknowable. Their mental presence is a pressure, a weight of immense intelligence. They are watching you, analyzing you. They view you not as a person, but as a fascinating problem, a biological puzzle box. There is no cruelty in their minds, no malice, only a profound and terrifying detachment. You are an interesting insect, a new addition to their display. This understanding is a violation, a deeper prison than the crystal around you. They have cataloged your biology, but they cannot understand your spirit. They see the cage. They do not see the fire inside. You feel their thoughts probe you. They are shapes, perfect circles and triangles of logic. They ask questions without words. What is this specimen? What are its parameters? Its limits? Your own thoughts are a chaotic storm in comparison. A mess of fear, anger, and a sudden, bizarre memory of a song. The clash is jarring, their cold order against your burning chaos. They recoil slightly from your mind, like a librarian touching a sticky book. It is a small thing, a flicker of rejection, but it is the first weakness you have found. They do not understand you. You press your hand to the crystal wall again, not with force, but with focus. You ignore the cold minds of the curators. You ignore the fear. You listen to the crystal itself. You feel its structure, its impossibly perfect atomic lattice. It is a monument to order, a symphony of physical law. But as you pour your attention into it, you feel something else. A tiny, faint resonance. A vibration that does not belong. It is a flaw, infinitesimal, almost undetectable. But it is there. It feels familiar, like a forgotten echo. You push your own chaotic energy into that spot. Your frustration, your desperate hope, your illogical, stubborn humanity. The crystal is designed to contain anything, anything logical, anything predictable. But you are none of those things. You are a creature of paradox, of messy, untidy feelings. And the perfect prison has no defense against imperfection. The resonance grows stronger. It hums back at you, a secret handshake between you and the flaw. This tiny vibration is a promise, a crack in the mirror of perfection. It is a flaw made of something they cannot comprehend. It feels like a human touch in a sterile machine. Perhaps one of your ancestors was here. Perhaps they left this tiny flaw behind, a message in a bottle for the next human to find. The thought gives you strength. You are not just fighting for yourself. You are answering a call from the distant past. You have found the keyhole. Now you just need to forge the key. The perfect prison has a human flaw, and you are about to make it a very big problem. You focus your entire being on that single point. All your will, all your chaotic, unpredictable thought. You remember joy and sadness, even without the memories attached. You feel love and rage. You pour it all into the crystal. You are no longer pushing. You are vibrating, becoming a part of that resonant flaw. The whisper of energy becomes a hum. The hum becomes a piercing note. It is the sound of human spirit refusing to break. It is a shout in the silent library of the cosmos. The crystal around the flaw begins to glow, a faint white light. It resists. The structure tries to heal itself, to enforce its perfect order. But your chaotic thoughts are like sand in a perfect machine. It grinds against the gears. The curators feel it. Their cold, geometric minds flood the space. What is this noise? This aberration? Their thoughts are a wave of crushing pressure. They try to silence you, to force your mind into their rigid patterns. But you hold on. You grip the resonance like a lifeline. Then, a sound. The first true sound you have heard. A sharp crack, your eyes snap open. A line has appeared on the inner surface of your prison. A hairline fracture. No longer than your thumb. It is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. It is a tiny, glorious wound in the face of perfection. It is a promise. A declaration of war. You have hurt the unhurtable. You have marked the flawless. The curators recoil in something akin to surprise. It is an emotion they have not felt in eons. And it feels good. It feels like victory. The crack is more than a physical break. It is a psychic one. A tear in the fabric of their control. Hope, a feeling you had forgotten, floods through you. It is a weapon. You take that hope, that fierce, burning joy, and you send it out. You push it through the crack, through the resonant flaw. You send it like a pulse into the crystalline network that connects all the cells. You are not just shouting anymore. You are broadcasting. A call to arms for the other prisoners. A signal to the entire forgotten collection. At first, there is nothing. Only the cold minds of the curators. They are scrambling now, trying to understand what you have done. Their logic is failing them. Then, a reply. Faint at first. A flicker of thought from a nearby cell. It is not human. The mind feels slow, ancient, and made of stone. But it feels your hope, and it answers with a cautious curiosity of its own. Another joins. This one is fast, sharp, like splintered glass and quick reflexes. Then another, and another. A chorus of minds awakens. Echoes in the crystal. Species from 1,000 worlds, all of them trapped, all of them hopeless until now. You share your discovery. The flaw, the resonance, the power of imperfection. Some are too alien to understand. Their minds are gas and light, or slow, deep oceans of thought. But many understand. The fear in their minds turns to a flicker of defiance. You have given them a gift more precious than freedom. You have given them hope. The silent gallery is silent no longer. It is buzzing with the energy of rebellion. Your mind is the nexus, the central hub of this growing network. You feel their thoughts, their species' unique chaos. A being of living sound contributes its own disharmony. A creature of pure emotion bleeds its rage into the resonance. The curators are in a state of panic. Their perfect, ordered prison is now filled with a symphony of psychic noise. They cannot process it. It is like trying to solve a math problem while 1,000 radios are on. They try to isolate you, to cut you off. But it is too late. The idea has spread. Your unpredictable nature is their undoing. Your human mind, with all its flaws and contradictions, is the key. You remember a joke from a life you cannot recall. The concept of humor, pointless, illogical humor, spreads through the network. The curators' minds buckle under the sheer absurdity of it. What is the purpose of this punchline? It serves no function, it is illogical, it is chaos, and it is your greatest weapon. They are masters of the predictable universe. You are a master of glorious nonsense. They fear you now, not your strength, not your technology, but your mind. The messy, beautiful, chaotic human mind. They built a prison of perfect order. They never imagined a prisoner who thrived on chaos. You have turned their greatest strength into their greatest weakness. The gallery is no longer a collection of silent specimens. It is an orchestra of rebellion. And you are the conductor, the human who remembered how to laugh in the dark. The wardens of this place are about to learn a very important lesson. Never put a human in a box, especially one who thinks knock-knock jokes are high art. You must focus this newfound power, this choir of defiant minds. Hope is not enough. Chaos is not enough. You need a weapon, a key forged from resonance itself. You guide them. You send instructions through the psychic network. You teach the slow, stone-like mind how to find its own stubborn rhythm. You show the sharp, glassy mind how to focus its speed into a piercing point. You become a teacher, a leader, uniting a dozen different forms of consciousness. It is the hardest thing you have ever done. To harmonize such different minds is like weaving fog and lightning. The creature of sound provides a bass line, a deep, thrumming note of protest. The emotional being colors it with raw, focused anger. You add the keystone, human unpredictability, a chaotic, ever-changing frequency that the crystal cannot adapt to. Together, you are forging a resonance key, a focused wave of sonic and psychic power, designed for one purpose, to shatter this perfect prison. The curators fight back. They try to sever your connections. They send waves of cold, deadening logic. They try to remind the prisoners of their hopelessness. For a moment, the network wavers. Fear creeps back in. The harmony falters. You feel the doubt from the others. The escape seems impossible. The curators are too powerful. You refuse to let them lose hope. You share a feeling stronger than fear, a memory you don't truly have, but feel in your bones. The feeling of sunlight on your skin, the taste of fresh water, the sound of a loved one's voice. These simple, powerful human feelings flood the network. They are more potent than any logical argument. They remind every being what they are fighting for. Life, experience, freedom. The harmony returns, stronger than before. It is no longer just a noise of protest. It is an anthem. The resonance key is complete. It is a weapon made of hope, forged in chaos, and sharpened by the desperate need to be free. The curators feel it charge, and for the first time in 10,000 years, they feel fear. The real kind. The moment has come. On your mental command, the Alliance strikes as one. 100 minds unleashing their focused power. The resonance key, this spear of pure, weaponized hope, slams into the crystalline lattice. It is not an explosion. It is a note. A single perfect note of rebellion that the prison cannot contain. The crystal screams. Not a sound you hear with your ears, but a shriek in your mind. The air crackles with energy. Light bends and distorts. Then, with a deafening crash of shattering reality, the first layer breaks. Not your cell wall, but a massive, structural section of the prison itself. A great shard of crystal the size of a mountain detaches. It tumbles slowly into the void outside. Through the new hole, you see it. Your first glimpse of the outside world, a field of stars. Distant, beautiful, and free. A wave of triumph surges through the prisoner network. You have done it. You have broken the unbreakable. The silent alarm is finally triggered. Not silent anymore. A deep, resonant clang echoes through the very structure of the prison. The game has changed. Your wardens are no longer just confused. They are hunting you. The path is open. But the curators are adapting. They are reinforcing the inner layers of the prison. Their cold logic is replaced by a focused, defensive anger. The way to the core, to the heart of the prison's power, is still blocked. You need more power. A continuous, sustained blast from the resonance key. But the network is strained. The other prisoners cannot hold the harmony for that long. It would burn them out. The triumph of a moment ago turns to grim reality. One of you must stay behind. One of you must become the living focus of the key, to hold the frequency. To become a living tuning fork and sacrifice themselves so the others can pass. Silence falls over the network. The terrible weight of the choice presses down on all of you. Who would make such a choice? Who would give up their freedom at the very last moment? Then, a mind steps forward. The ancient one. The one whose thoughts are like slow, patient stone. Its mind is calm, resolute. It has been a prisoner for longer than humanity has existed. It has seen empires rise and fall from its crystal cell. It communicates not words, but a feeling of profound peace. Its time is over, but yours is just beginning. It will be the anchor. It will be the sacrifice. There is no argument, only a wave of deep, sorrowful gratitude from the others. You feel its mind take the full strain of the resonance key. It becomes the anthem. The note of freedom rings out, stronger and purer than ever before. A section of the inner sanctum shatters, opening a path. The stone-like mind does not scream. It sings a song of silent goodbyes, a song of sacrifice that will become the legend of your escape. You do not look back. You cannot. You lead the others through the breach its sacrifice created. The price of freedom is steep, and its payment echoes in your soul. You are through the inner defenses, but you have traded one problem for another. The curators, the vast, diffuse minds, are gone. They have retreated. In their place, a single consciousness awakens. The central intelligence, the warden. Its mind is not like the others. It is not cold and geometric. It is a razor, a focused point of immense, ancient intellect. All the power of the prison, all its awareness, is now directed at one target. You. The warden's gaze is a physical force. It scours the collapsing corridors of the prison. It hunts you with a terrifying single-mindedness. This is no longer a detached observer. This is a predator. You can feel its rage, its indignation. You are a flaw in its perfect system, a germ, an impurity that must be sterilized. You are no longer just escaping. You are being actively, intelligently hunted. You and the handful of allies who made it through the breach run. The architecture of the prison shifts around you. Corridors of light twist and fold. The warden is trying to trap you, to herd you into a dead end. Its mind slams against yours. It shows you images of failure, of your allies being recaptured, of you alone in a new crystal cell for eternity. It attacks your hope. It tries to break your will. But the sacrifice of the stone mind has forged something unbreakable in you. You will not let its sacrifice be in vain. You shield the others with your chaotic thoughts. You are a shield of psychic static. The warden's perfect logic cannot get a clean lock on you. It is like trying to catch smoke with a net. Your humanity is your shield. Your unpredictable, messy mind is the one thing it cannot model. The one thing it truly fears. The chase is on, and the heart of the mountain awaits. You can feel it ahead. The power source of the entire prison. The heart of the mountain. You race through shifting, crystalline tunnels. The warden's presence is a constant pressure at your back. It throws up walls of solid light. It collapses floors into fractal pits. But you are faster, more desperate. You round a final corner and see it, a cavern of impossible size. And in its center, the core. It is a colossal, multifaceted prism. It pulses with a light that is blinding, an energy that hums with unimaginable power. This is the engine of your cage. The heart that pumps life into the prison walls. It pulses with a slow, steady rhythm, the rhythm of absolute order. This energy could free you, or it could erase you from existence in a heartbeat. The choice is simple and terrifying. You must use your resonance key here, at the source. But this time, you are not just cracking a wall. You are attempting to shatter the sun. Your remaining allies gather behind you. Their minds are a mix of terror and awe. They look to you, the human who started it all. You raise your mental voice. You gather the remaining threads of your rebellious orchestra. The fast, glassy mind, the being of pure emotion. You pull their chaos, their hope, their defiance into yourself. The warden knows what you are about to do. Its mental voice screams at you. A torrent of pure, concentrated rage. It throws everything it has at you. But you are at the heart of its power. And here, the resonance of your key is amplified 1,000 times. You have reached the final lock, and you hold the only key. You unleash it, all of it. The hope, the chaos, the memory of sacrifice, the full, untamed power of the Survivors' Alliance. You hurl the resonance key into the pulsing heart of the great prism. For a moment, there is absolute silence. The pulsing light of the core falters. The warden's scream cuts off. Then, the prism answers. It does not just crack, it screams. A psychic wave of pure agony erupts from the core. The single note of your key becomes a deafening chord of destruction. The light of the prison begins to die. The great prism shatters from the inside out. Cracks of darkness spread across its surface like veins. The pulsing energy within sputters and fails. The warden's mind fragments, shatters into 1,000,000 pieces of broken logic. It is dying, and it is taking its prison with it. The cavern groans. The very fabric of this place is coming undone. You have not just broken the lock, you have broken the entire machine. the light of the core dies, plunging the cavern into an eerie twilight. The only illumination comes from the death throes of the prism itself. It is a beautiful and terrible sight, a star dying in a cage of its own making. The prison is collapsing. The ordered architecture is no longer stable. Walls of crystal fall like glass rain. The floor beneath you groans and splits apart. You are in a labyrinth that is actively trying to kill you. Shards of reality, pieces of other locations stored in the prison's memory, flicker in and out of existence. One moment you are running on crystal, the next on green grass under a purple sky, then back to the splintering chaos. It is a desperate race through a dying, impossible structure. You lead the way. You are the beacon for the survivors. Your mind, steady and chaotic, is the only landmark in this collapsing maze. You guide them through falling debris and shifting realities. You dodge blades of crystal that slice through the air. You leap across chasms that open into pure, starless void. The warden is gone, but its legacy is a final, deadly trap. Every step is a gamble. Every path could be your last. You can feel the outer shell of the prison nearby, the final barrier. Your allies are exhausted. Their minds are frayed from the psychic backlash of the core's destruction. But they follow you without question. You are the architect of their freedom. You will not let them fall now. You see it ahead, a fracture in the outer hull, a wound leaking pure starlight. It is your exit, your salvation. With a final surge of adrenaline, you lead the charge. You pour the last of your strength into a mad dash. Through the falling shards, past the ghosts of other worlds, toward that single, beautiful crack of light. You burst through the final layer. The outer shell of the prison crumbles behind you, and you are floating in open space. The silence here is different. It is not the enforced silence of the prison. It is the deep, peaceful silence of the void. And the light. Oh, the light. It is not the cold, refracted light of crystal. It is the warm, honest light of a sun, a star you have never seen before, a sun that is not from your home, but it is real, and it is glorious. It warms your face, a feeling so simple, so profound, it brings tears to your eyes. You have forgotten what real warmth felt like. You have forgotten what it was to see a real star. You drink it in. The light, the space, the freedom, the prison, the mountain of crystal, is now a cloud of glittering debris. A dying constellation of what was once the most perfect prison in the star science. You have done the impossible. You are free. The race is over. The fight is won. You hang there in the silent dark, basking in the glow of a new dawn. You are not alone in the void. Around you, the other survivors float in the silent darkness. The being of sharp, glassy thoughts. The creature of raw emotion, a handful of others. You are a small, strange fleet of castaways. You look at each other across the vacuum. There are no words, no psychic broadcasts, only a shared sense of awe and accomplishment. You are alive. You are free. You are the crystal survivors, the ones who broke the unbreakable. The glittering dust of the prison is all that remains. But you know this is not the end. The curators, the ancient collectors, are still out there. They lost a prized part of their collection today. They will not forget. They will remember the strange, chaotic species that turned their perfect order into dust. They will remember humanity. You have not just freed a handful of prisoners. You have announced your presence to the cosmos in the most dramatic way possible. Let them remember. Let them watch. Humanity is no longer just a specimen. It is a force to be reckoned with. And you are its first ambassador, Floating in the starlight, you finally remember your name, and you smile.